The man tossed a large amount of dollars down to the street below. The crowd gasped, but what they didn't know was that Jack was actually covering for his teammates who were robbing the place. After Tom and Annie finished wiring, they dragged over a steel plate to connect the wiring interfaces. They then secured the steel plate, drilled a hole in the middle, and placed the pre-prepared bomb inside. Finally, they covered it with a mattress to muffle the sound of the explosion. With everything ready, Jack pretended to take a step forward, and the crowd below let out a scream. Their shrieks perfectly masked the sound of the explosion. The team successfully entered the building and reached the ventilation ducts. Tom used an iron rod to force the fan to stop, allowing them to crawl through. Next, they needed to get past the surveillance area, so Tom lay down on a skateboard that matched the color of the floor. Meanwhile, the security guard's attention was completely focused on the news of Nick throwing cash down, totally unaware that someone was sneaking in. When they reached the blind spot of the cameras, Tom took out a camera and took photos of the surveillance footage. He then printed out the photos and stuck them in front of the surveillance camera lenses. The security guards in the monitoring room noticed nothing unusual, but before Tom could catch his breath, he encountered another problem. Jack told Tom through the earpiece that it was a heat sensor. They just needed to lower the temperature, so they grabbed a fire extinguisher and sprayed it forward. In this way, the two reached the vault door, took out their tools, and prepared to get in through the side ventilation duct. But just then, the police identified Jack. It turned out that Jack was the former police officer who had been arrested years ago for stealing diamonds. He had escaped from prison just the day before. While Tom was working, he suddenly learned that the security chief was on his way. Jack quickly came up with an idea, pulled a stack of dollars from his pocket, and frantically threw them down. Taking advantage of this, Tom and Annie quickly packed up their equipment and slipped into the ventilation duct just a second before the security guards arrived.